May 4th, 2023. You guessed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Well, the Kremlin's been attacked by a drone. They're trying to assassinate Putin. We're hearing all this on the news, right? Nuclear war is going to start any minute. They're going to retaliate against Ukraine with strategic nukes. They're going to, nuke the United States because of this. Ask yourself this. Has Russia retaliated for the pipeline, the Crimean Bridge, the air base inside Russia that was hit where one of their nuclear bombers was destroyed? They haven't retaliated for nothing, have they? We haven't seen it. They might pick up their missile barrage or something like that for a day or two after something like that happens, but as far as full-on retaliation, we haven't seen that. Ask yourself, why is that? Why are they not retaliating? It's almost like, hey, they know all this is going to happen before it happens, right? Think about it. I've always said it's almost like all these people involved in this sit at a table, right, and be like, well, May 6th, we're going to hit this building here, and we're going to make a big news story about it, right? Something stinks to high heaven with all this, and I know most of you that watch the videos, y'all probably agree something's not right over there. I firmly believe if it really did happen, as far as it was not someone in Russia that did it, or as they're saying, the Russians did it themselves, like they blew up their pipeline, they blew up their own bridge and things like that, that the United States is behind it. Number one, if you think back, I posted a video when we were sending drones over, and I said, how is that not considered an offensive weapon? And a lot of people commented, it's not, it's defensive and this and that. Well, if it was Ukraine, and they launched it from Ukraine and it hit, that's an offensive weapon. When you're going into another country hitting their stuff, right? That's offense. It's not defensive. Guys, this is just stinking to high heaven over there. It's ridiculous. I don't understand exactly what's going on over there. I still firmly believe before the end of the year, the United States will be physically involved in this war. I think we'll have boots on the ground. It's already come out that we have special forces. I've been telling you for a long time, we have special forces over there. We've got CIA spooks. We have all of them over there already. They've been there since before the start of this. But this stinks to high heavens, doesn't it? Sorry about that noise if you're hearing it. We have birds that's nested right outside the window, and they get fired up when I do a video sometimes. I guess they like boss prepping and they're back there cheering or something. But something's not right with this over there, because all these things happening, the bridge, the pipeline, you have all these things happening, and every prepper channel, not every one of them, but the bigger channels hop on here, especially the one y'all know I'm talking about, Canadian Prepper. This is it, guys. This is it. This starts World War III right now. This is it. The wars, they're going to start nuking everybody. This is going to happen right now. And every time something happens, like the bridge, the pipeline, we see those type of videos come up. I've told you before, be careful. Take every video, even mine, as entertainment value, right? I tell you on my channel, I give you my opinions on it and what I think will happen. I don't come on here and tell you this will happen, that will happen. It's my opinion. I don't have insider information, like the bigger channels do, how they get emails and phone calls and meeting at the park on the park bench and somebody slipping them some files or something, right? I don't have that information. I highly doubt they do too. The information they're getting, more than likely, if you're in the government or the military and you're that high up that you know this type of information, you're not going to give it to a prepping channel. You're not. I don't care if it's your best friend in the world, because there's a lot of consequences that comes with that. Look at the guy who got in trouble for leaking information, a couple weeks ago, right? Y'all know about that. Y'all seen I didn't make a video on it because everybody else was making it. But something's not right with this over there. It still looks like everyone that's involved in this over there, this is all set up. It's smoke and mirrors is what it is. Because think about this. What did we do when the Twin Towers was hit? We went to war pretty quick, right? We retaliated quick. All right? According to what happened over there, from what I'm hearing and reading, Putin was actually at the Kremlin when this happened. So why was it not an immediate retaliation, right? Number one, how does it get in there if it comes from Ukraine? How is it not picked up? How is it not seen on radar? You know, I understand some of them can fly low enough that they're not picked up. It's all smoke and mirrors. Did Russia do it themselves to get, you know, more backing from their people for the war? I don't know. Did the United States help Ukraine do it? More than likely, possibly, if that's who did it, yes. That's how it happened. I don't understand how the United States can sit back and say, we're not in this war, we're just giving them money, and we're giving them this, we're giving them that. But yet, they're using our systems, our people are tracking this stuff for them, telling them, hey, this person's here, these people are here, hit this area, do this or that. And Russia's not retaliating for it, right? Russia's, of course, they're talking that they're going to do something, but they haven't yet. You know, we're not going to send tanks, now we're sending tanks, right? But it's going to be late this year, sometime next year before they get the tanks. What happens during that time? You got a presidential election, right? Here in the United States. Something stinks to high heavens with this. I want to know your thoughts on this. What do you think is actually going on over there and why Russia is not retaliating? And what do you think about the prepper channels that come on here all the time and tell you, this is it, this is World War III, this is nuclear weapons are going to just start going off everywhere, right? I still don't personally see a use for a nuclear weapon. I really don't. Now, that's not to say some crazy person couldn't set one off. I'm not saying that. But as far as a country like, all right, we're just going to push the button and send some nukes over there. I don't see a need for that yet. Do y'all? Do y'all think Russia's just crazy enough to start launching nukes? Number one, I think if Russia nuked Ukraine, I don't think, number one, why would the United States retaliate and launch a nuke towards Russia for them sending a nuke to Ukraine, right? It's something's bigger at play here. We haven't figured it out yet. We know the New World Order. We know all this is going on, but something bigger is at play here, and we haven't figured it out. I'm talking about us. The governments, they know what's going on. But as far as the nuclear scare, I've told you, if the nuclear war scares you into prepping, that's awesome. Whatever it takes to get you prepping, but you should not be prepping out of fear. You should be prepping, honestly, as relaxation, the calm, like, hey, I've got my stuff, something happens, we're good to go, right? But a lot of people, they watch them channels and, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on videos about that kind of stuff. You post a common sense video, you ask people their thoughts, you might get 30 views on it. But I don't see a use for a nuclear weapon. Now, I may be wrong, you know, but I don't see why they would need to use one. Russia hasn't even used their full military force in Ukraine yet. They haven't. We're hearing all the time. And another thing, why are we not seeing more about this war? We've got all this money invested in it, but yet we're not seeing a lot of news reports about it. The only thing we're seeing is Ukraine's winning. You know, Russia's don't have no ammo. They don't have missiles left. And then Russia launches a whole day's worth of missiles over into Ukraine, right? Something's not right with that. Why are they not covering it? Our money's over there. I think they're not covering it because they don't really want us to know what's happening. Do I think Ukraine is winning? No. Do I think Russia is winning? I always told you Russia looked like they wanted all the way to the river, that was their goal. They wanted to the river from north to south of the country. That was what they wanted. And they essentially took it now. They have it, right? They've annexed several regions in. But we've been hearing all winter, bigger channel, Canadian Prepper, we're going to see a winter offensive. You know, Russia's going to do this, they're going to attack this, or Ukraine's going to advance on this because the ground's going to be frozen. I'm pretty sure Ukraine's not in the Arctic. I don't think the ground freezes solid all the way across Ukraine. I may be wrong, but I've looked at their weather, you know, and try to figure it out because that confused me. I don't believe the ground's going to freeze all the way across Ukraine. And then they started talking about a big spring offensive, right? We haven't seen that either from Ukraine was going to launch a spring offensive. We haven't seen that. We keep hearing all this stuff's going to happen. You know, I got insider information. This is going to happen. They're going to do this. And then nothing happens. Just like this. What would we do if another country hit the White House with drone strikes? What would we do? What would the United States do? Somebody would be getting something back, right? That's just the way it is. Something's not right with this. Let me know your thoughts on this, please, because I want to know what y'all's thoughts on it. Do you think this is all smoke and mirrors for something bigger? Do you think that this is all set up red flag or false flags fake? What is going on over there? Because something's not right. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you're still watching at the 10-minute mark and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're still trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before, the nuclear warheads go off everywhere and there's no more internet. Let me know your thoughts on this. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings. Protect yourself and your family at all times. Because at that moment, you're the only person to do it. If you're still watching, hit the subscribe button. We're going to do a video in a little while and post it about what my thoughts is on why the banks are collapsing. Y'all might be interested in that, so be watching for that video. Stay safe, get prepped.